Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. And in this video, we are going to talk about the latest update on Ethereum, which is Ethereum merge. We are going to talk about the pros of Ethereum merge and the myths about it. But before we go to that part, we need to understand what is the difference between proof of work and proof of stake. So as you can see on the screen, so there are different in terms of proof of work and proof of stake. So in proof of work, mining capacity depends on computational power. So in proof of work, we need more computational power, more hardware power to do more computation and to do more mining. Okay, the more computational power you have, the more mining you can do and the more reward you will make. But in proof of stake, as you can see, validating capacity depends on the stake in the network. The more you stake, the more coins you stake, the more validating capacity you have. So let's say there is someone who has staked only 100 ethereum, and then there is another person. So let's say there is one person who has a stake 100 ethereum, and then there is another person who has staked like 500 ethereum. So this person has more validating capacity as compared to the person A. Okay. Second point, miners receive block rewards to solve a cryptographic puzzle. Okay, so in this case, what you do in proof of work basically, miners should solve a cryptographic puzzle to get a block reward. Okay, so let's say this is a block, and these are the transaction here in this block. If the miner can solve a full block, then only he will receive a block reward. Okay, but in the case of proof of stake, validators do not receive a block reward, so there is no concept of block reward in proof of stake. Instead, they collect transaction fees as reward. So okay, so let's say you might have already know this part, that whenever you transfer your crypto from one wallet to another wallet, you have to spend some kind of transaction fee. Okay, now that transaction fee is basically a reward for validators. Okay, so there is, in proof of stake there is no concept of block reward, but there is a concept of transaction fee, which is basically a reward for proof of stake concept. The third one, hackers will need, in proof of work, of course, the hackers will need to have a computational power full than 51% of the network. So let, for example, there is like, hypothetically there are like only 100 computer in this network. Okay, so that in this case a hacker needs to control at least 51% of the computational power to add a malicious block in the blockchain, leading to 51% attack. Okay, which is possible theoretically, which is possible conceptually, which is possible. Let's say if a hacker has two, three, or five supercomputers, then they might be able to attack this kind of network. Okay, but in proof of stake, as you can see, hackers will need to know, it need to own 51% of all the cryptocurrency of the network, which is practically impossible. Uh, Hypothetically, for example, let's say hypothetically, if someone hold 51% Ethereum, and that someone won't, they don't want to attack network at that point. Why? Because now they are holding 51% Ethereum. If they attack the network, the price of, or the value of that 51% Ethereum will become zero. Economically, mathematically, it doesn't make sense. So that's why they have said that it is impossible. Okay, it is not possible to have or to hold 51% Ethereum. That is first. And even if you hold 51% Ethereum, it doesn't make sense to attack on the blockchain, to make attack on the blockchain. Okay, so that is the difference between proof of work and proof of stake. So in this slide, we'll talk about. So this is the second slide basically, and in this slide we'll talk about the pros of this Ethereum merger. So there are two pros of Ethereum merger. Now, okay, the first one is basically reduction in the amount of energy required for transaction validation. Some sources say that transaction will require 99.95% less energy after the merger takes place, which is absolutely true. Now, each transaction will require very less energy, very, very less energy as compared to the POW network. Okay, a POW network. Now, in POS, we will require very less energy per transaction. Second thing is long-term sustainability is a key reason for the merger. This merger helps Ethereum blockchain for long-term sustainability. and of course for the future growth. So this is like a stepping stone for the future mergers. This is not the last merger Ethereum will have. There are more mergers coming in the future, so they have the roadmap and everything is there. There are four new mergers which are going to come. So the first one is Surge, then we have Verge, Purge, and Surplus. Okay, so there are four more Ethereum mergers that are going to come. Okay, but they would post mergers upgrades will not be possible without these mergers. As I said, like this merger is the stepping stone for the next mergers of Ethereum. So these are the two very important pros benefits of this particular merger. The first one is energy, which is very important, and of course the long term sustainability thing is also very important. In the last slide, we'll understand or we'll talk about the myth of merger. So, generally, all of us, all the people have two very important questions in their mind. What will happen to the gas fees after this merger? So, after this merger, there is no change in the gas fees. The gas fees will still be the same as it was before the merger. But as I said, that there are more mergers coming into the future, and with those mergers, there will be change in gas fees. The gas fees will decrease from the future mergers, but not with the current merger. Okay, and of course there is no increase in the speed. The transaction speed is still the same. The gas fee is still the same. There is no increase in the transaction speed, and there is no decrease in the gas fees right now. Okay, so yeah, these are the two questions people had about the merger, and the answer is no for both of them. Okay, I hope you like the video. You found it useful and informative. If you liked it, then make sure you share it with your friends. If you like the video, you can comment your thought about the merger and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. And we will meet in the next video.